What if I told you you could build your own fully functional marketplace in just a few days without writing a single line of code yourself? In this video, I'll walk you through exactly how you can build your own fully functional marketplace using AI tools like ChatGPT, Claude, Cursor, along with a pre-built boilerplate that handles all the complicated parts for you, like payments, authentication, messaging, and much more. And the best thing about this is that you will be able to build your marketplace this way no matter if you're technical or non-technical. Building a marketplace is usually one of the hardest startups to launch because you will need a backend for user authentication, a way to handle payments and payouts, a messaging system, a proper UI for listings, bookings, and reviews, and on top of that you have to bring in both buyers and sellers and solve the chicken and the egg issue. So traditionally, you would have three options on how to build your marketplace. You could hire a developer, which is slow and typically cost you around 10 to 150k. Then you could use a no-code tool that is relatively fast, but it comes with a lot of limitations. And then you could learn how to code, which would take you months, if not years, to learn how to fully build a marketplace. But what if I told you there's a fourth, much smarter option? One where you skip all the hard parts about coding, leverage AI to debug and write all the code for you, and you use a pre-built marketplace boilerplate that takes care of all the heavy lifting. This basically means that you can build and launch your marketplace quickly so that you don't have to spend months figuring out how to actually build your marketplace. So now you're probably wondering, how does this actually work? Well, I'm gonna show you right now. Okay, so here's the plan. Instead of coding everything from scratch, we are gonna take a different approach, combining three powerful things. AI tools are now so good that they can basically write all the code that you need. You just have to prompt it the right way and then it will build whatever you want it to build. And Speedbuild Marketplace isn't a no-code tool, it's more like a marketplace house. So you buy the house and then you basically decorate it inside afterwards. So basically once you have it up and running the first time, it looks like this. So here you can see you have everything set up as a start. And then you basically take it in the direction that you want to take your marketplace. So that basically means that if you combine these two super powerful tools, you have everything needed to build your marketplace quickly, even though you are non-technical. So for instance, you see the boilerplate is up and running here. If I then just go into the code here and tell it that I want to change the color to red and make it bigger, then it will basically just write the code for me and I just have to accept, and then it's basically doing it what I told it to. So that might be a little bit too big, but I think you get the point. And as another example, let's just try and adjust this one a little bit. This is the specific listing, so let's try and add a border around the image, make the title a little bit bigger and maybe the price a little bit smaller. So I go into the code again and then I basically just start writing. So please try and add a border around the image and make the title a little bit bigger and the price smaller. Okay, so let's see what it then generates for us, and usually it is pretty fast, right? So let's just try just to accept what it actually gives me here. So I just click accept and then I go and have a look. And now you can see, okay, we do actually have the border around the image. The price is smaller than it was before, and I think the title is also a little bit bigger. We can try and make the title even bigger. Make the title even bigger. And let's see if it actually does it for us. It should, and again I just click accept and then we see it. So as you can see, I'm coding, but I'm not really coding, I'm prompting. And one thing I also love about this kind of coding is that you can go into the documentation on Speedbuild Marketplace, for instance, and then copy that documentation area that you want to use into the code editor and then ask it based on the documentation on what you want to do. So as an example here, if you go to the documentation on Speedbuild Marketplace, let's go to features and then let's go to emails, right? So if I then just copy paste all of this text here and including the example here into the code editor here, so here we go. So based on this example, please give me a simple example of how I can send emails on my marketplace. So that will then generate, I think, a new example on how we can then send emails on our marketplace. And again, right, so if I then go to, I think it will probably generate it here. Yeah, as you can see here, here's the email example. And if I then just accept that one, you already have the example here of then how we can send emails on our marketplace. So again, right, even though you are non-technical, if you just use the documentation as well as the prompting features here, you can build a marketplace this way. So let's just think about this for a second, like how freaking awesome is this? It basically means that no matter if you're technical or non-technical, this is a valid route you can take for building and launching your marketplace. You don't need to hire a developer anymore if you're non-technical, which will also cost you probably 10 to 150K. So you can save that money. Also, you don't have to go the no-code tool way anymore, because that can also get quite expensive, by the way. And also it comes with a lot of limitations, which is just annoying in the medium and long term. So this is a valid route you can now take no matter if you are technical or non-technical. If you're technical, it will just take you a little bit longer to build your marketplace. But as I just showed you, you can just prompt and ask and then build your marketplace that way. So this is so awesome. So guys, if this sounds like a good route for you to take for building your marketplace, then go to Speedbuild Marketplace and get the boilerplate there. There's also a package that is for non-coders, right? So if you are non-technical and you would prefer a little bit more guidance, then there's also a package where I basically teach you how to code a marketplace using AI. So go and check that out as well. So cool. Thank you so much, guys, for following me through this journey of this video, I guess. And I hope to see you in the next one. See you. Bye bye.